What's up, guys? It's time for Who News? News you will probably not remember next week. We got some weird news. We got This Day in History. We got National Calendar Day. We got The Onion. We've got a poll question for you. We got some really interesting... It's not interesting. Who am I trying to kid? It's weird news. It's stuff you're not going to remember next week, but it's not mainstream, lamestream media. I promise you. Stick around. Who News? What's up, guys? Vaughn Johseph here. Time for the Vaughn Johseph Show does Who News. News you probably will not remember next week, as I have indicated at the top of the show. So let's get right into it, as it is the second day of October. It's the third day of October. Excuse me. I was like, hold on a second. Let me recheck that, because that doesn't sound right. October 3rd, Monday. 276th day of the year, 40th week of the year. The year is 76% behind us. It's time to start doing Christmas shopping, ladies and gentlemen. Guys, it's time to start breaking up with that girl that you don't want to buy stuff for because you don't really like her. Ladies, same. Time to start prioritizing your holiday plans. Anyway, October 3rd, National Calendar Day, is National Child Health Day. Go get your child checked out. Make sure they're healthy. National Consignment Day. On occasion, I have to click on some of these to figure out what in blue blazes they're talking about. As the seasons change and our lives evolve, so do our styles and budgets. On the first Monday in October, National Consignment Day offers a day to elevate both. The holiday celebrates consignment as the smart, sustainable way to shop. We want to be sustainable. Earn money and extend the life cycle of your items. Hashtag National Consignment Day. I've learned something while I've had my coffee. It's National Boyfriend Day. Oh, yeah. Ladies, what have you bought your boyfriend for National Boyfriend Day? Whether the relationship is new or seasoned, boyfriends bring unique meaning to our lives. From romantic evenings, date nights, and adventures, each relationship develops over time. Each year, you build upon the relationship with new memories and experiences. Celebrate that with National Boyfriend Day, sometimes referred to as National Boyfriends Day. Boyfriends Day, plural, in case you're a player like that, ladies. You know who I'm talking about. Makeup artists out there with two phones trying to act like they innocent. And they ain't. Moving right along. National Techies Day, October 3rd. Techie, that's me. I'm not a techie because I don't really know stuff. I just enjoy tech. So does that make me a techie? I guess if you like Star Trek, you're a Trekkie. 1990, on this day in history, we're moving right on to Britannica.com. If you want to learn more about history, we're going to give you some headlines and some things that you can take a look at. It is 1990, and Germany has been reunified on this day after 4 decades of Cold War division and with pressure from the German Chancellor Helmut Kohl. Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev, who actually just recently passed, agreed to unify Germany within NATO, leading to Germany's reunification this day, 1990. That's 32 years ago, kiddies. Most of you were alive. What else happened? 1969, American singer and songwriter Gwen Stefani was born. You know her from No Doubt. 1954, American minister, politician, and civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton was born. 1938, American singer and musician Eddie Cochran was born. And in 1936, American composer Steve Reich was born. 1925, American writer Gore Vidal was born. What other events happened on this day? You know what happened on this day? I don't want to talk about that. We don't like to talk about death. We like to try to pass on the death. But Janet Leigh was the woman who was the woman in Psycho. She died on this day at 77, 2004. She's very notable in our history, so I wanted to give her a shout. On this day, 1995, The most sensational trial in U.S. history ended with a jury finding Orenthal J. Simpson not guilty of murdering his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend's day, Ronald Goldman. The Dick Van Dyke Show began airing on CBS in 1961, and The Andy Griffith Show, 1960. 1952, the first British atomic weapons test, called Hurricane, was successfully conducted aboard the frigate HMS Plym, and a whole bunch of other stuff like Maltese Falcon and stuff that I'm not talking about. American Gridiron coach John Heisman was considered one of the greatest. He died. John Heisman died on this day in 1936, Heisman Trophy. Moving right along from the real to the... Are you really trying to pass that off as a real story? This looks like the same stories from last week, which is a shame because we need something new. So let's see what we can find on here because it's kind of important. McDonald's testing new self-ordering kiosk that cries when customers yell at it. Okay, no, I'm not falling for that one. We asked Dr. Fauci about what he's planning for the next pandemic. That's an interesting one. Oh, really? I wonder if this is real. Breaking. This is old. This is April. This isn't even current. I can't even read that. Looks like the Onion is letting me down today. We're not going to get any good stories from this website today. Doesn't look like it. Yeah. They've got nothing. I think it's Monday, so it's kind of like they just haven't refreshed their website yet. Oh, well, no more cops cracking people's skulls and stuff like that. On to themirror.co.uk for some weird news. Mom and daughter kicked off flights for yelling at passengers to give up seats. Okay. That's not weird news. It's inappropriate behavior. But it's actually kind of sad that isn't weird news, but it's not weird. That's just people with entitlement issues. I'm not going to even click on that nonsense because people that come to me with that nonsense. Woman catches boyfriend cheating by listening to Alexa speaker recordings. Bait clicked. You know we got to see about this story here. Wow. So here's a little lesson for all of you guys out there and gals. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. The story's over with. You don't have to worry about Alexa or nobody else catching you. Hearts being broken, fish tanks being destroyed, car windows being broken, crotches being cut out of underwear, any of that stuff. It's not going to happen. You know why? Because you said, look, things aren't working out between us. I think we should go our separate ways. Now, the problem with that is you're afraid that, oh, where am I going to live? I got to move out. I live at her house or I live at his house. If you get caught, and you're going to get caught, you're going to have to move out anyway. So you might as well start making the plans. Be like, look, I know things aren't working out. I don't want to start messing around and start having my attentions diverted and going in improper directions. I think we should split up, but I live here. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Not that I've gone through this, but some of you guys obviously need counseling, datingformen.com. But anyway, I digress. So, Jessica Lohman. All right. The emails are kicking in, guys. I'm really sorry. I'm unprofessional here. Turning that off. A woman has revealed how she caught her unfaithful partner in the act of cheating thanks to recordings found on her Amazon speaker, a function that she had no idea existed until she started doing some digging. Many of us have smart speakers in our homes, thanks to their handy voice control features and quality sound. While Amazon's voice... Oh, who cares? How did she catch the guy? The woman took to unveil how she found out that her ex-partner was seeing another woman, and she shared clips from the recording stored on her Amazon Alexa account that ultimately ended the relationship. Jessica's video details a screen recording of her Alexa account where individual clips can be played of sounds and device. Wow, so here's the bigger takeaway for this for me. This device is recording stuff and storing it. For what purpose? What purpose would Alexa have to store my recordings? I know that thing upstairs is probably turned down 4 times since I've started this story. The woman captured the clips, so this is how I caught my ex cheating. I didn't even know Alexa stored this shiz. In a bid to help other partners who have a hunch that their lover might be having an affair. That's a shame. It's an all-around shame. What else we got? Greg's fan tries to make history by scoffing the most sausage rolls in 30 minutes. I wish I could have been there for that one. People are only just realizing how to extend dishwasher drawers for tall glasses. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's weird news, man. Weird. So weird. Dad's cold spoon rule for making cup of tea has many people scratching their heads. Fuming mom ditches baby shower after in-laws don't let her eat and call her a walrus. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm just reading all these headlines, trying to find something good. And it's just garbage day. Woman's upset as man tells her she is ideal wife, except for far from perfect looks. Is that really weird news? I mean, I guess it's just not mainstream news, and we have to stop really thinking about this stuff as weird news. Because it's not a weird story. It's not weird for you to really think I dated somebody that she was great. I mean, she was a really great person. But she wasn't the best looking person. I don't really care about that. I mean, if I have a lot of fun with you and we get along and we're having a nice time, who cares what you look like? Anyway. None of that matters, does it? Mom blasted for wearing dressing gown on morning dog walk, uses time as excuse. Next page, please, save us. Flight attendant warns of germ hotspot on a plane. Surprisingly, it's not the toilet. Well, talk to me, flight attendant. Where should we avoid when we're on the plane? Traveling by plane can sometimes be an uncomfortable experience, particularly for those who are scared of flying or anyone who gets sat next to a screaming child for the whole duration of the journey. One former flight attendant has revealed which areas of a plane you should be most cautious of when it comes to germs. And the worst culprit is surprisingly not the toilet. Sure, just people to bring their own antibacterial wipes onto a flight to protect themselves from any bacteria. Jane Hawks, a consumer travel expert and a former flight attendant, told the Express, "Where are the hot spots? Come on, this story's boring already, and I just want to get it over with." Like 7 paragraphs. This is the problem with internet. You can just go on and on and on because it's unlimited space. Seat back trays are not routinely cleaned between boarding, especially on short turnarounds. Travel expert added that deep cleaning takes place overnight. Blah, blah, blah. While most of us would assume that the grime would just consist of food crumbs or drink. Anyway, clean the food tray. Clean the tray. Wipe down the seat buckles and aisle headrests. You never know what kind of sticky fingers have been touched. Okay. She also added, be wary of seat back pockets, which could be littered with used tissues, half-eaten food, and sick bags. Oh, my God. Next story, please. Furious bride. Furious. Ooh. Gets server fired from dream wedding for breaking her strict makeup rule. You got her fired? You're lousy. All right, we're back to Friday's stories now, it seems. What did we skip on Friday? Primark for no. Newlyweds charge guests £3.66 for eating extra slice of cake after review. All right. It's not weird news, but I'm clicking on it because it's petty news. This is in petty news. A wedding guest claims he has caught on closed-circuit TV. He was caught on closed-circuit TV munching an additional piece of cake, while the newlyweds turned amateur sleuths, having checked over footage from their special day. According to this baffled guest, the happy couple messaged him a few days after the wedding, ordering him in no uncertain terms pay up an extra £3.66, right down to the penny, too. Like the petty penny. That's what this podcast is called, the petty penny. He claims the guests were all asked to pay towards the cost of the cake on the big day, which he did. However, they weren't being pleased. They weren't best pleased after learning these glasses. I'm right in that hot spot zone again, where I can't see, but I can. All right, we're going to try without. He claims the guests were all asked to pay towards the cost of the cake on the big day, which he did. However, they weren't best pleased, because I don't talk like that, after learning he'd gone and helped himself to another slice and sent over a very curt message indeed. They're like, hey, so we were just looking at the CCTV and saw you had 2 pieces of wedding cake. Taking to where else? The flabbergasted man who goes by the username unlucky underscore whatever low underscore 6254 wrote, I paid for the first slice after it was announced on the day we'd be helping to pay for their cake. Apparently didn't count for the second. He went on to share a screen grab of the awkward text exchange, which began with what appeared to be CCTV footage of the guest caught in the act. After he responded that he didn't understand what they meant, the couple replied, hey, so we saw you had 2 pieces of cake. We announced that each of our guests must pay per slice and noticed that you only paid for 1. Can you please cough up £3.66 ASAP? We cannot afford to move into our new home. With the housing crisis being what it is, we really need that £3.66. One person joked, love to spend my first precious day as a newlywed reviewing closed-circuit TV to see which of my loved ones I can shake down for £3.66. Petty penny pincher. Another suggests, I'd reply with, consider my gift as payment. And in that case, you owe me the difference, so please send your payment of whatever amount immediately. That's crazy. I don't even know how I feel about going to a wedding where you can't even afford to buy your own damn cake. I mean, should you even be getting married then? Maybe have a smaller wedding. You can't afford a cake? Jeez. Thrill-seeking couple swap Las Vegas for... Okay. Mom slammed for moaning about daughter's school grades after she was in a car accident. We saw this story before. Woman raging as nephew scratches her TV and sister refuses to pay for it. Huh. Why would you refuse to pay for it? This is your child. You're responsible for this child. How about I stop feeding it when it comes over here? Is that now my responsibility or no? It's your child. My daughter is named after a Wu-Tang Clan album. She hates me for it. Wait, I gotta try to think if I can figure out what it is before it opens. Shit. Oops. It opened. I don't know. Who cares, right? We'll figure it out in a second here. Shouts to this girl, though, for naming her kid after a Wu-Tang album. What could it be? A mom says she harbors some regret over the name her now ex-husband. Okay. I was like, a woman with a Wu, man, she's got something going on. Ex-husband picked out for her eldest daughter and feels she should have put her foot down more. Just get the name changed. Deed poll done. Takes no time at all. I've had my name changed here. Don't call me Joe Miller. That's my dad's name, and he ain't no dad to me. Trauma. Mom Stephanie Teeters says she had her first daughter when she was 22 years old during her first marriage, but now regrets the deal she struck with the ex. She struck a deal? They had decided that Stephanie would get to name their child if it was a boy, while her then husband would get to choose the name of the little girl. He named her Shaolin after the 2015 Wu-Tang album Once Upon a Time in Shaolin. I thought it was going to be something like Cream or something like that. I guess it's the album and not the record, isn't it? Taking to where she goes by the username Vegas Tattooed Luxury Agent, the regretful mom recalled. So if I could go back, I'd probably change my eldest daughter's name. So in America, it's not as easy to change your name as it is in the UK. I was 22 was my first marriage. She continued, so my eldest daughter's name is Shaolin. Not like the monks, but like the Wu-Tang clan. It's the same thing. Then it's spelled Shaolin. I think someday she hates me for it, but I've told her she can change it. Of course she can. I knew a girl. I really wish, and I know it's almost on the realm of virtual impossibility, but I knew this woman who claimed she could make a banana bread better than me. I met her on a dating site ages ago, and my phone SIM card didn't save my contacts. I got a new phone. I lost her contacts. We were just friends. Her name was Shallon. Very similar. Shallon. Contact the show. I want to say hi. Anyway, moving right on. And same thing to you, Tracy with no E out there in Devon. Really cool people. These are great people. I have no contact with them anymore. I hope they're listening. One of them, at very least. Especially Tracy with no E. Grasshopper Queen. Charger's upstairs, 21% battery left. It's 12 o'clock noon on Monday, and I got somewhere to be, so we need to find a decent story to get you guys on with your day, your week. Bride raging as a dress looks nothing like the one that happens. I'm bombarded by scammers claiming they love me. I have the perfect reply. Yeah. Creepy 40-pound doll has shoppers in stitches as they think it looks like Boris Johnson. My partner's ex is demanding more money from... What? My partner's ex is demanding more money from him because I got a pay raise at work. People are always trying to find an angle to get that cheddar. Sleepwalker leaves people in stitches at hilarious video of herself talking to ghosts. She's dreaming. Furious man installs blunt sign outside his home to call out lazy dog owners. All right, this is boring, you guys. It's boring, probably boring for you. I could read headlines all day, but these aren't great stories. There's really nothing of really interest to click on. I know I keep saying I should have some stories. I'm on the internet all day anyway. I should just have these stories, the good ones at least, ready. And I promise you that I'm going to do that going forward because this is ridiculous. I was in Michigan just a few weeks ago, and I was at a friend's house, and she was telling me about her neighbors and this, that, and the third. And I'm leaving, and she was telling me about one neighbor. She's like, if you go like 3 houses up on the right, the two neighbors can't stand each other, and they put a sign in their front yard that says, "My neighbor is a Karen. You should go check it out." So I took a picture. It's hilarious. It is hilarious. So, it's 12:02. I'm supposed to be calling, make an appointment right now. I got to really get off this podcast. I banned my husband from going to his mom's wedding. I crashed it to find him there. Good. Who are you to tell me I can't go to my mom's wedding? Giant 6-foot dog the size of a human finds home after families thought he was too big. All right. This is just a silly news day today. We're going to give you a poll question to get you out of here because I'm not even clicking on MSN News. It's just crazy. How often do you read for pleasure? How about a Bing quiz? That was dumb. Stanley Kubrick's first and only foray into space was, come on, 2001: A Space Odyssey. It came from outer space. The day the Earth stood still. If you don't know this one, that's just a silly one. David Bowie plays an alien in which 1970s film? Close Encounters of the Third Kind? The Man Who Fell from Earth. Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is like 1960 something, isn't it? Anyway, you know the answers to these. It's just an all-around bad day for stuff. Thanks for listening, if you're listening. And if you're only listening and want to see my lovely face, because I am so hot, I make fire melt. That's not even a thing. I don't even know. You can find us now on, I'm trying to think of the website. I'm having a brain fart right now. You can find us on YouTube. Search V3TV UK or V3TV Podcast. I've got an old account on there, but I think that one's been shadow banned. I got a new account that's probably got like 30 subs. Please subscribe so that we can get the YouTube channel back up and running. The other channel has been killed by Google, so I'm starting over. Same thing with the Instagram. The V3TV Instagram is dead. Got to go to the V3TV UK Instagram page. Why can't I remember the name of this website? It's killing me. But we're moving the podcast over to that website. I'll post it. The link will be on the screen. I'm just not, for some reason, my brain's not going at full speed because I'm only on this first cup of this. And that's yesterday's coffee. Anyway, thanks for listening. Love you guys. Catch you when we do. Peace.
These ones or these ones?
Saw an episode of Intervention. And I know I'm fine.
Illinois, Mr. Robert Bobby McNeely. He is going to join us tonight.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. My name is Elaine Zhang, and today I am here with Eli Seal, documentary filmmaker.
I need more. Welcome to The Only Way is Linda. Today I have a really special guest here.